For all my friends I can't give up. Musical Garden. Can't give you up, speech, can't stop clamoring. Can't give you up, sweetheart, my tender chocolate, big-lipped love. Can't give you up, all dear ones, your bright ears and delicate smiles. Can't give you up, Louis Ferdinand Celine. You're obsessed and vitriolic and absolutely right. Can't give you up, random motion, lucky choices, air rides, dominoes, structural linguistics. Can't give you up yet, rum, the bottle's not empty and it's warming me. Can't give you up, night mail, telephone ringing, talking about Kerouac. Can't give up messiness, compulsion, confusion, pressure, misery, indulgence. Can't give you up memory and murderous dreams in which my body's dismembered. Can't give up the color blue, never, never, never. Can't give you up de-animation, love. De-animation, love. Can't give up Andhra Pradesh, weep for India's starving, going blind, no vitamin A, so necessary. Can't give it up, a propensity for travel, moving speedily to friends at every turn, seeing situations I'm not even needed. Can't give it up, heritage, ailanthus trees, radial symmetry, bamboo. Can't give up fertility, no way. Can't give you up yet, best jewels, assets, trunk of poems, secret notebooks, masks and foxy ladies. Can't give you up dinosaur obsession, my jaw strangely prominent with carnivorous teeth. Can't give up outrage or outrageous behavior, and I'll go dancing and wailing for that. Can't give you up dreamers, inventors, scientists, iridescent dolphins, and especially bottlenose dolphin with mouth like my lover's. Can't give you up black magic, fantasies I'll make everyone collapse and revive, and they'll get wiser. Can't give it up, make time stop. Can't do it, ordinary consciousness. I'm trying, but it's so hard. Can't give you up, musical garden. Bach, Beethoven, Buddy Holly, Robert Johnson, Jelly Roll, Morton. Can't give up sitting in a hammock in the 50s. I was a babe enjoying solitude, hummingbirds. Can't give you up, canyon dream. I'm in between. There are turtles and little prairie mutations. Can't give up chiffon, sable, inarticulateness, simple, solid reason, logarithms, furry California mountains, not brooding, but simmering, zeroing in, conquest, retreat, rage, and romance. Can't give it up, the proposal closest to my heart. Sign says detective agency in L.A., stoplights, Mercedes, folk fiddling from Sweden. Can't give up Orissa province, breezy prostrations, optical illusions, fan mail, trekking old Inca trails, greasy Tibetan tea, schedules to win and lose by, the phases of the moon, firebrand meteors, the Kentucky Derby, gambling, the ruins of Pisac, Peru, with stones so red and polished and finely honed I climbed about all afternoon. Can't give you up, Baltic Sea, migrations, go-between, well-wishing, living on the edge of a very harsh street. Can't give it up, classy, ratty, snappy, blues cadet. Can't give you up, dictionaries, Latin derivatives, stationary, habit, responsibility, pedestrian, squabbling, bubble on till dawn, metal, plastic, ozone, electricity rush, melodrama, poverty, the high life, humor, privacy, cynicism, doubt, but no boredom. Can't give you up, solar energy, speech, more sunlight and more speech and more speech and more energy, more sunlight, more emergency. Can't give you up yet, can't give it up, won't do it, can't give you up, won't do it, won't do it, can't give it up, won't give it up, won't give you up yet, can't give it up, no, I can't give it up.
I am an instrument. The timbre of my voice flies with the winds of heaven. I belong to one who is more than a musician. He is an artist. I live to be his pleasure. I do not flee from him when he comes to me. For instruments are not sufficient in themselves. They are cold and lifeless without the touch of hands and mind. The artist holds myself tenderly in his hands. First he touches the strings of my heart. Find if they are in tune with the universe. Then suddenly vibrant thought strikes the air and music from the world of time and space is born.
want to say that some of the things I'm basing the music on, the fact that music is vibration. Now, to me, music is also myth science too, because the world is moving over into these mythical things like going to the moon and space platforms and all kind of things. It has really become a reality. So the music has to move on along too, because musicians have to express what's happening with people. Now there are people that are doing that and working toward it. But mainly speaking, music is vibration. Well, according to what I'm doing things from the assumption that everything is music, like the people are music, and the people are also instruments. When they come to hear my band, at some time during the performance, the people become part of the band. They become instruments, you might say. So all the music is according to the coordination of itself to a synchronization point. That is, it reaches its soulmate, you might say. I mean by that, everything in the universe has a sort of coordinate another part of itself, an alter self. Everything moves over into the duality thing. So a person might seem to be oneness, but actually that person is the two-ness. Now this music moves over into that duality plane about the two-ness. So a lot of times my music touches over into the realm of not, which I consider the realm of not a realm of myth that no one knows where, but it is always there. Also it's based on choices and decisions and determining factors. It comes to a place where it is expressing that without spirit, earthly forms and names are meaningless and empty shells. It comes to the point that a lot of people are walking around like empty shells, so they need something to fill them. That's where the music come in. And then if they get the music in themselves, they won't be empty shells, they'll have some sound bodies, because that's what it's about with the words. So another thing is that I was going on the assumption that I felt that I didn't want my mind indoctrinated with status quo-ness, de-energizing, complacent things concerning life. I'm moving on the point of moving towards something that always is, that doesn't have any not beingness. I'm also basing the music on alter self attunement. Now by alter self, I feel that the destiny of this planet of people is really, they always headed toward doom. My music is representing happiness. It's not toward that doom thing, because it doesn't have to be like that. Nothing on this planet has to be the way it is, but you have to substitute something for it. Just like if a road is out, you take a detour. So I feel that most things on this planet are inverted truth delusions, because it's not, nothing is really what it seems to be. And that is why I have to express what I have to express. And I have to express what I feel I am from a natural point of view, feeling that planet awareness is necessary at this point. Yet I'm not trying to depreciate the form of progress of man, because man is having a hard time getting up to where he's gotten. It's a big universe, and for a man to achieve anything in a universe this big is a miracle considering all the errors that he makes. And so I'm not trying to tear down any man, because those who have done things progressive, in respect for all the men who ever lived and built bridges and did all kind of things, then that's not what my thing is about. It's really about evoluting people up to the point where they can really be their natural and their better self, and everybody can be happy, not necessarily from some kind of reward because they've been righteous or good, because I really haven't met any good people yet on the planet. But just that the whole universe is a very happy place, and it has nothing to be sad about. So actually humans don't have anything to be sad about, although they do have tremendous problems. But they wouldn't be problems if they just feel what they're supposed to do to solve the problem without even thinking about the intellectual approach or those particular things, because that hasn't done anything. But nature has a solution and an answer to any problem. All they have to do is to get in tune with nature and become nature's friend, and nature will tell them what to do about everything. This music is like a mirror. You keep on listening to it and you can see something. You can see your alter self. You can see beyond tomorrow. you can discard the future. I'm talking about things like that because who needs a future that's bad? So I would say that if the future is bad for people, they should discard it and get them an alter future, which is what I'm talking about on the mathematical thing. Plan it to, everything is done by mathematics, so if you can develop an atomic bomb, I'm sure you can develop an altered destiny. But the background as far as me playing music, I'm just like the bees. They learn how to make honey, and if you ask them where they learn how to make honey, well, they really couldn't tell you. They just want to make some honey. I get the bees make their honey, I make music. That's the way it is. I'm like I told one of the musicians in my band lately got in there, and I told him I'm just a natural. I played about 4 hours on one song, showed him all kind of patterns on one song. He was sitting looking. I said, I'm a natural. Naturals can do that. They just do things that other people can't do because they're sent to a planet where the people can learn and that the people can respect natural talent. They get out all that difficulties because nature always sends answers to people, like herbs to heal them when they're sick. And nature has a way to help people in all these difficulties. But the answers will come from, you might say, nature's sure, or nature's naturals. They would know how to tell people what to do about this situation because nature does want people to live. The first law of nature is self-preservation, so most certainly it wants people to live. So therefore, it would have a way to protect them. Because it's got ways to destroy them too. But that's only because they don't listen. Like I was reading the paper, a psychic in Florida had predicted Guatemala was going to. You know, everything that happened that was going to happen. Of course, the people didn't listen. And no doubt, all of the catastrophes that happen on this planet, they are won and sent. It's just a matter of whether people listen. And they can always avoid anything that's bad. Of course they can, because they're always avoiding something that's good for them. So if they do one, they can do the other. Well, in the first place, planet Earth is hanging out here in outer space. It's just sitting out here doing nothing. A real liability for taking inventory of what's been happening here all along. So when I say outer space, it's a space that's further out than the immediate surrounding territory. They're already out in outer space. Furthermore, this planet is a spaceship too. The last time they had an earthquake in Philadelphia, it sounded like a spaceship, like a motor down in the ground. I was awake that night. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like a motor was trying to get ready to start. Maybe this engine or motor is down up under Philadelphia. It's a strange town. They call it W.C. Field. Maybe that's what it is. This is where the engine room is, and down up under it was trying to get started. Well, I'm a scientist myself. I believe a lot of things. I believe that everything is the truth, and at the same time, everything is a lie. It's according to which side of the fence you're on. Like you take in this country, the major book has been the Bible for a long time. Everything is based on that anyway. This book says that planet Earth is cursed. So why should I want to stay on a cursed planet like this? I didn't curse it myself, but it does say that the ground is cursed. So then if you get the people off here, they would most certainly be in a better condition if they're on a planet that's been cursed. They should get off of here. So then if they go to another planet that hasn't been cursed, possibility that the misery that they're suffering would not be present. If people are condemned to die on planet Earth, if they leave here, they'd be in somebody else's jurisdiction. At least the sentence of death couldn't follow them to another planet. Because when you move from state to state, the laws change. You're up under somebody else's jurisdiction. And if you change planets, you most certainly won't be under the laws of this planet. Because each planet has its own code, you see. So that's the main thing I'm thinking about. If you get off the planet, you most certainly will be getting away from this sentence of death or whatever it is that's causing people all this misery and suffering. Well, they say this planet is getting crowded. It looked like a lot of territory here to me, but then they say that it's getting crowded. The way people hate each other, they must be too close together. It must be getting crowded. So the best thing is to just move on out in outer space and give each nation a planet of its own. Furthermore, my idea is to give everyone some parts of the universe so everybody has some land. Everybody would have some collateral, and everybody would share in the universe. After all, the universe is so big. I mean, the creation is so immense, it's endless. So why not? If every person had a share in the universe, they would feel that they had something. They also would see that they got some kind of inheritance. Everyone would be wealthy, you might say. That's the best way. Everything out in outer space is of value, immeasurable value. So if each person owned something out there, even a little satellite, they would have something of value. They'd have something that no one else had. That seemed far-fetched, but like I said, if everyone had some collateral, everyone would have credit. If they wanted to, everyone would be not rich, but wealthy. Other things have been tried on the earth plane. It didn't work because some segments of different nations didn't like it. So as long as you got one set of men like one thing, another set of men don't like, then you got this confusion. Well, I know no man would really oppose being wealthy or having a share in the universe. So the first time, to think of that, would see that everyone would want to. They'd want that, even though it might seem an impossibility. So what? A drowning man can't be worrying about a straw not going to save him. He might reach for it. And that's the way this planet is now. The people are facing a situation where they're going to be compelled to reach out for that which will cause them to survive. It isn't anything they can do about it. The conditions will get worse and worse and worse all over the planet. So bad that the leader's going to want somebody to lead them. Instead of, they can't look to the people to lead them. So the leader's going to have a leader of leaders. You might say a king of kings, law of laws, so they can sing about it. Now, so that's reason I'm saying that outer space, it's better for a person to go to outer space than to go to inner space. And they got to go somewhere. This planet is just like a railroad station. Everybody always going somewhere. They don't stay here. They come in and then they leave. Well, it's better to leave here alive than to leave here dead. If they go out of space, they will leave here alive. But if they stay here, they most certainly would have to die and go somewhere where they don't even know where it's at, over to invisibility. But the logical thing then is to get into some spaceships and take off, go somewhere. Travel broadens one's mind anyway, they say. So I would say that most people who travel all over this planet and their minds haven't got broadened yet, so it must mean travel broaden one's mind if you're traveling out of space. Because you see so much out there, so much endlessness, until you have to have a broad mind. The concepts, the impressions that would be in a person's mind, terrific to even to think about. You look out there at close quarters to the endlessness of everything. Would change any man, put a little fear into them too. It's exactly what men need at this point. They've gotten so they're so proud and they think they know everything. Well, they need to find out that they don't know anything. They come to a point where they can say, the only thing I know is that I don't know. And that's when man would have wisdom, because man is so small in the universe. So then I said, I take the music to try to give the impression of what I have felt. And what I felt always has been about space. I never have felt that this was the ultimate, Earth itself. It's a nice planet, but the people are not doing very well here. The newspapers, I see problems for people, problems for leaders, and that's bad. People have to have somebody in authority, whether good or bad. It's getting to a place where nobody who want to be leaders for people, if the people got so much trouble that it's going to capsize the boat of a leader, the leader's going to desert them. This is imminent for this planet. Leaders will be out, have their own country somewhere. Rulers too, they'll desert the people. I heard that in England they had it already fixed up where they got their ships to take off in case of people starting and stuff with the Queen or the ruler, they take off and leave. And of course, you may be sure that the governments who've been out in outer space are prepared to leave here when people get too assassinated now. If they just want, if they get on one of those things, they really got the people now because they can leave them. Space travel is definitely a thing right now. It's not about tomorrow, it's happening now. Communication with other beings too, happening right now. So really it would behoove people to get themselves together quick so they can face realities. I mean realities that they don't know anything about. The best way is to have imagination and to have some faith. By having some faith, they can open some doors. Because when you don't have faith, it's very bad. And I'm not speaking from a religious point of view. I'm just speaking from my heart. That if they have faith, they'll make it.
I am not a fantasy in a real sense. I am a fantasy in a false sense. Yes, I exist. There are no shadows where I am because I am the fire of the lightning and the flame of the sun. My name is the sun. I am the stranger from the sky. Far away, farther than the eye can see, is my paradise in this the world, outer space. All in the realm of death is nothing else but peace. Its inhabitants have all received equal rights because they received equal rights. That is, the service is personal and complete without prejudice of death. Death, truly a great God of endless victory after victory. What a kingdom is the kingdom of death. Its inhabitants are without number. Through the ages they have in it perfect discipline and unbending loyalty to the majesty of invincible power of death. All governments on earth set up by man are discriminating, but the government of death is a pure government. It treats all in an equal manner. It is a startling, revealing picture of equality for all. And all in the realm of death is nothing else but peace. At night I sleep my sleep and dream my dreams. Reach into the darkness and touch the stars. Place them in new places where I would have them. guiding them into another design of another tomorrow's destiny.
If they only knew what a great joke God has played upon humanity. Yes, He's placed me in the midst of them for a vague purpose, so vague and yet so great that I don't know where it is myself. I don't know where this purpose lies hidden, but it's there. There's a fire that's burning within me to let me know, yes, it's there. And my mind searches for it, my heart searches for it, and I look, and I think, yes, here it is. Then it's gone. It's like a mist. Then it's like a sunset. It's like a sunrise. It's like a universe. It lies there. And yet I walk among people all along, not knowing, and the people not knowing. And then I think, I say, what a great joke I am. And yet strangely enough, I look at people sometime, and I hate them. I look at them, and I hate them. I don't want to destroy them, I don't want to harm them, but I hate them because I know that I'm part of them, that I'm here for them, that I belong to them. And that's why I hate them. Because you see, if I didn't belong to them, if I wasn't placed here for them, I would be a free spirit. But I can't be free as long as I haven't served my purpose. I can't be free as long as I can't give to people what I have to give to them. Yes, I'm more free than most men. I'm more free than most spirits. But yet I'm chained. You see, it's a great joke on me too. Then again, I look at people and I love them. I love them so very much until I turn my head in shame. I want to touch them with my fingertips and erase the frown from their face. I want to touch them with my mind and erase every care and every sorrow away. I want to touch them with my mind and open their mind's eye and let them see the things that I know and feel. I want to do that because I love them. Then I look at them. Then I hate them again. I hate them because I love them so much. I don't know. I don't know where hate begins and love ends. And I don't know where love ends and hate begins. I don't know any of those things. All I know is I'm a great joke. I'm the biggest joke that's ever been played upon the world. And people they think that God has no humor. But I know, because I'm a living joke. I'm one that will cause people to scratch their heads and wondering and searching their hearts and look in their souls and wonder, where did he come from? What is he? Who made him? You see, I'm such a great joke. Until I tickle myself.